they call it cheese sauce. It's a morning. You can put it in a lasagna tin, make it thick or thin, and do it your way. When you make bechamel and you add cheese as well, it's a morning.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold the phone. Tonight, I'm truly honoured to have Felipe Fernandez in the house, representing the Martinez family. I have loved Le Monde since I was a kitten, purring over my meal and nice wine. And as a family, it's been our go-to restaurant for decades. Felipe is here to shine a spotlight on the beautiful Coach and Horses. It encompasses everything from a bar, restaurant and hotel. So sit back, relax and unwind to the luxury of tonight's show. It's going to be a good one. Welcome to the show, Felipe.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Would you like to give a shout out to family, friends and staff listening in?
I would like to give a big shout out to all of our wonderful staff across the Martinez group, my wonderful wife, my children and my mother and father. Not forgetting my sister, actually.
Beautiful, beautiful. The Martinez family's portfolio spans full service restaurants, bars, pubs and lounges, not just traditional sit down dining. Is the Coach and Horses more about tradition or reinvention?
We kind of feel the pub and the restaurant is a combination of both. Both. If I'm honest with you. The new site is close to the heart of our director, Mr. Nathaniel Martinez. Mm-hmm. His parents used to visit the establishment a lot when he was a child with his brothers, and there's clearly fond memories of the place, hence the acquisition. Uh-huh. We always knew as a group that the Coach was a very renowned site, an extremely well-known establishment, great reputation for many, many decades. And we're beginning to learn that many people have fond memories of previous visits over the years. Coupling with that, Castleton has a very, very lovely, supportive local population. They've been great with us, very positive, very, very pleased with the improvements we've made to the site and the facilities. We are still fully aware that the Coach and Horses is a very traditional style Welsh pub, but we're confident really with our style of food and operation that we're breathing kind of a new life into the venue and reinventing what a good pub should be, really. Amazing.
From the traditional side of things, the name alone signals classic pub culture, familiarity, comfort, history, and it leans into the visuals and rituals that people expect. Proper pints, social, local vibe, and that anchors it emotionally. You know, people trust places that feel established yet that isn't frozen in time, like you said. Updated menus and cocktails, a broader crowd than just your regulars, your events, your music and programming that push it beyond just a sleepy old pub. You've got your wine pairings, your cheese nights.
Correct.
Yeah. And from the tradition side of things, it's the branding, reinvention is the business model, using the pub format as a familiar shell, but inside it's behaving more like a modern hospitality venue, flexible, social and lifestyle driven.
Very, very true. We were with renovation, we were very, very keen to maintain the original features of the pub. Beautiful. Bring back the brick. We've put in 2 beautiful new log burning fires, which give a fantastic atmosphere, particularly at this time. Mr. Martinez has spent a lot of time planning the gardens and the site, and so we've got huge plans there. And I think just for people driving past, you know, you can see the love, care and the attention that's been put into the place already, and we only plan to continue to put the place on the map.
Amazing. How does it feel opening something new while carrying such a strong family name?
I'm not going to deny there's been a lot of pressure.
I can imagine.
For us to succeed, a lot of pressure. There is with the Martinez, the name, there's expectations. But going back to the pressure, particularly in these economic times, it's not easy at the moment for hospitality businesses with, factors beyond our control. COVID accelerated a lot of this. A lot of our, pools of talent have disappeared from the industry.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, do you blame them in many respects? No. I think COVID made a lot of people realise there's probably more to life than grafting 16 hours behind the stove. But it's horses for courses. But I mean, after 40 years of trading as the Martinez Group, and arguably being the most successful family-run hospitality chain,
absolutely,
I would say, in Wales, that definitely brings a huge expectation, an expectation of quality for sure, and from so many of our loyal customers.
Yeah.
We speak to customers on a daily basis, and they they remember the days when the Brasserie opened, Le Monde first opened, Champers opened.
Oh, I loved it.
So there is there's an expectation, and for us to continue this really, and to provide the service and quality, the main thing as well. I feel. But on average at the moment, I think they're saying that 4 pubs are closing every single day across Britain. I think 200 have gone since January. So a lot of people, have questioned us. Are you crazy for what you're doing? You're opening a business. You're going all at it. But I think we're quietly confident, without being arrogant, that the cream kind of rises to the top, and if we continue to do what we're doing, we'll be okay, and we'll hopefully establish a successful business for many, many years to come.
Home run, really, isn't it? Quality is guaranteed, like you said, and combine that with years of expertise in the industry. Bob's your auntie's husband.
Here we are.
The Martinez family's reputation is long-standing, the godfather of restaurants in Wales, so to speak. A pub kitchen does have different expectations. What do you think people want most from a pub menu?
I believe now in these times people want quality at good price.
Value and generosity.
Yes. I think cost of living, forgive me, is a burden to everyone.
Yeah, not cheap but fair.
Not cheap but fair. I think good value for money, good, friendly, informal service, a friendly face. I think you can have the best food in the world, or the most consistent food in the world, but I truly believe that you need to, we try and make the customers feel as like they're our family.
Yeah.
Like they walk through the door and hello, how we greet them like they're a member of our extended family, not just another number.
That's true.
And there is a realization within our group that without the customer there's no job.
That's
without
true.
The customer, that you don't have a job, and I think that's a lot of youngsters need to understand that in the hospitality industry.
Yes, yeah.
It's very important.
And I can certainly say for Le Monde, you have decent portion sizes. No restaurant plating pretending to be pub food. You feel leaving fed, not teased, and it's elevated by care, not ego. You always get massive portions in Le Monde. I love it.
We should probably look at that then, but no, we're joking. No.
If a Martinez-backed pub over-delivers here, people will forgive a lot else, like congestion travelling to it. The corridor going down the M4, it's a nightmare. But not because people expect Michelin food, but because they expect standards, decent ingredients, things cooked properly, flavours that make sense.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between running a Braz kitchen and a pub kitchen, and which style gives you more freedom?
Very good question. So, as you know, the majority of our restaurants operate fresh food display counters, where there's an abundance of seafood, meat, poultry on display for the customer to come and select their meal. With these counters, they can bring issues for operating. And they're very difficult monsters to operate. I'll be honest with you. The counter, you eat with your eyes. The counter is your unique selling point in many respects.
It's about style in the Braz, isn't
100%.
it? Identity.
But the product's got to be right. The counter has to be dressed properly, displayed properly. The fish needs to be looking fresh. The eyes tell a story of the fish. The scales.
Does the average person know that though? Or is that just the foodies and the chefs?
You can always tell when you get a customer coming up. And yeah, I think it's becoming more.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's so important that things look proper, things look fresh, the counter looks full, colour, height, all these things are very, very important when we're dressing the counter. And of course, again, we need to be complying with food and health regulations and safety. But again, it's very important. For a piece of tuna, for example, you could have a beautiful fresh piece of tuna. Came in, say for example this morning. You cut your portion, you put it in the counter. If it's introduced to ice, the ice will take the colour from the tuna, which then automatically looks very, very poor. Looks old. Another example for our racks of lamb, we French trim them. They need to be French trimmed properly. They need to be seasoned properly with mustard, with parsley, so you've got that the crust in. So there's many elements that the customer probably doesn't appreciate.
Take for granted.
It takes for granted that all go into creating these counters and making sure they're of top quality. As we've always done across the group, we consistently buy whole beasts, whole animals. We do this for a number of reasons. The first one is obviously we've got a Spanish ethos and mentality that we don't waste.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't waste anything. But it also allows us to utilise cuts from the whole beast that can feed, for example, our set lunches, our cooked table d'eau evening menus, and provide our customer with a good quality piece of lamb, for example, or a shin of beef that you wouldn't normally get on a set lunch or an evening menu special. But it allows us to do it.
And you roast off the bones for stock.
We roast off the bones for stock.
Yeah, and great.
Our fish, one of our iconic dishes in Le Monde is our fish stew.
Okay.
The process of that is we buy whole fish. We keep the heads of the monkfish, the heads of the hake, all the bones. It's a three stock base process.
Wow.
So you've got your fish heads, your bones, you've then got your tomato base, and then you amalgamate it all together with your onions. And so these things are
intricate.
Yes, and complex.
Yeah, time consuming.
Yeah.
And a pub kitchen is familiarity, it's crowd pleasing. Operationally, it's different from a brass. A brass is a lot of fresh prep, like you were just saying. There's more room for seasonal twerks, slower, more deliberate service. But with a pub, it's got to be a broader menu, high volume items, faster turnover. You've got to be designed for stress. Like Sunday lunch, match days, bank holidays. So the pub menu has to be engineered to survive chaos.
It does indeed, but it also, the pub menu also has to be designed that we're kind of covering all bases. And covering a broader spectrum of customer.
So which style do you find more demanding?
I would say demanding. I would say the counters are more demanding.
Yes,
because you need to, chef needs to make sure he's ordering correctly. His stock is at a sufficient level. We can't run out. They need to be cleaned effectively. They need to be dressed on a daily basis. But also, for example, the fundamentals of restocking in a practical way. A match day, for example, Saturday, Le Monde, I think 700 people. You need to be replenishing that counter in an efficient way that also still looks appealing to the customer, as well as stock rotating. So it's quite a fascinating job.
I'd rather get roasted for an ambitious dish than a bad Yorkshire pudding. You can expect consistency with a pub, but a brasserie has room for creating new dishes and introducing new techniques, as you were saying. Welcome back to the show. We are with Felipe Fernandez, representing the Martinez family. Truly honoured tonight. What dish on your menu are you most proud of, and why?
To be honest with you, I don't think there's a specific dish that stands out. I think for us we've had a core menu that's kind of standard the test of time.
So Barbados has been on there forever.
Barbados has been on for a long, long time. That was actually created by a chef called Earl, who worked for the late Mr. Martinez for a long, long time. So that's a firm favourite. As are the oil-based, Chilean oil-based emulsions, the Gambas Pil. We've got a beautiful tomato garlic butter that's kind of stood the test of time there. Very secret seasoning for our squid. So the whole menu, it has thought and process behind it. We don't. I wouldn't want to put off a young budding chef who wants to come and join us, but our kitchen style is quite militaristic in many respects. It all regimented. It is all. Every dish is tried and tested by our executive chef.
Oh.
His name is Carl Hammett. His predecessor was Mr. Trevor Jones, former Welsh Chef of the Year.
Wow.
Both worked for a long time for the company. So there's a process behind everything in regard to providing quality on the plate.
You expect consistency.
Consistency. You know, one of the great things, and one of the things we find where we win, is a customer can go to any one of our restaurants and know that the quality is pretty much there or thereabouts.
The Barbados is the same in every restaurant.
The Barbados is the same. The crevettes are beautiful, they're fresh. The lemon sole's beautiful, it came off the boat yesterday.
Yummy.
Yeah, you know, so
the monkfish is lush.
The monkfish, yeah. You know, it's so the menu, I think, is a great menu. And it stood the test of time. A lot of the dishes are, you know, staples.
What's your favourite?
I just love food. You know?
So you haven't got a
I'm very, very
favourite?
lucky that I get to try the sauces most mornings. And you know, most of the chefs in most of the establishments kind of use me as a guinea pig to try this. It doesn't need a bit more seasoning. Is it okay? So yeah, I'm very, very lucky in that respect.
Yeah. They trust your judgment. You can cook as well.
I can. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Being modest.
I'm okay.
Is there a dish that represents the Martinez family story? I mean, do they ever sneak family recipes into the pub classics?
I wouldn't necessarily say we sneak family recipes in. I would say over the years there's been influences of chefs who've worked with us for quite a long time and put their little stamp on dishes. But I think, you know, at the Coach and Horses at the moment, you know, we're very blessed that we have a bar area and a restaurant and a hotel and our future plans, you know, we hope to extend the restaurant and increase the capacity.
How many covers?
Hopefully to 200. Hopefully.
And now
now we're about 120.
Okay.
So we hope to expand it to about 200 covers. I believe we may be putting a fresh food display counter in the restaurant and a cocktail bar. This will be next year. So our aim is to run the pub as a pub, a traditional pub, and run the restaurant separate. So at the moment, for example, our menu, you know, we've got classic dishes on our menu like classic fish and chips, steak and Guinness pie. You know, the meat there is taken from the fillet, braised from the fillet, so it's quality meat. You know, dry aged beef lasagna. You know, we've got dry ages in most of our establishments.
Okay.
Yeah, which obviously enhances the flavour, gives the customer a far better product for the same money. But then we've got, you know, very opulent dishes such as, you know, your Cornish lobster thermidor, you know, your Chateaubriand, your langostinos that come straight from Spain, beautiful tiger prawns. You mentioned the gambas pil, you know, so it's razor clams, beautiful mussels, patatas bravas, chorizo. So, you know, we're combining classic Spanish dishes with modern contemporary pub dishes, but also trying to utilise local suppliers where possible. We've got a big group of suppliers that we've used for many years, and we continue to use them. You know, Paul from Snowden's, I think, has been supplying us for around 40 years.
Wow.
The freshest fish you can get.
Nice.
PJ Jones is our veg supplier. Down in Goitra, supplies the group.
Oh, lovely.
You know, he sources from local farms, such as, you know, asparagus from the Wye Valley, broccoli, tender stem broccoli from the Wye Valley.
Lovely.
So we just try and use local where we can.
But with bold ingredients, like you said. So you may see a chorizo in a special, peppers and onions worked into fillings, maybe smoked paprika in a rub, sherry or wine in the sauces. Not on every dish, but just enough to stop things being beige, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah. Cook with confidence. What makes the Coach and Horses different from other pubs?
I think we're providing some, you know, really good top quality food at reasonable prices. You know, everything is home cooked, everything's fresh, and I think we provide good old-fashioned personable service.
It's family driven as well.
Yeah.
And food is taken seriously, not pretentiously. It is a proper pub.
Correct.
But run it like a serious restaurant.
And we're very lucky to have a great site. We've got great car parking facilities, we've got a lot of land, and we're also very lucky to have retained across the group and within the Coach and Horses a lot of long-standing staff. I mean, in Le Monde we have a gentleman called Moncho who's worked in the company for 35 years.
Yeah, and your waiters have been there since I used to go there when I was a teenager.
Yeah, again, 35 years.
Lovely.
And we're also very lucky to have retained a few excellent staff who worked at the Coach and Horses previous, who have, I think, of around 60 years experience combined between the three ladies that still work for us.
Okay.
So, that's always great, because you see customers come in and they automatically recognise these people, and they've got that link. Yeah, of course. Yeah, which is so important.
Yeah, when you see somewhere with a high turnover of staff, there's
something not quite right. That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
But again, Mr. Martinez, there's no expense spared in regard to the decor. I know he's a firm believer of doing things once, but doing it properly. Yeah. So all the tables are Taylor's Classics. Wow. Beautiful furniture. We've had some beautiful artwork put in. Top equipment in the kitchen. So all of the guys there, they've got the correct tools and facilities to provide the customers with the best, the best product that they can. Again, the location's superb. We've got a great location between Newport, Cardiff, Basleg, Rogerstone, St Mellons, Castleton, Pencoed, Penny. There's a lot of chimney pots around, which helps a lot.
You mentioned you wanted to work with one of the schools looking for chefs. How many are you looking for? Any staff currently?
We're always looking for staff. So we currently employ around 300. Okay. Across the group. But we're always looking for staff. We're always looking to improve, and we're always looking to grow, really. So we're reaching out to Cardiff and Vale College. We're hoping to kind of set up some apprenticeships there, where we can bring staff in on a kind of a work placement basis, where they're paid, but they're still doing their college studies as well. But we're always looking always looking for good staff. So if there's anyone out there who's looking for a career in hospitality,
yes,
give us a ring.
I can recommend Ika Kayla. She was studying when I was, and she is brilliant, so I will send her a message.
Perfect. What's
your pet hate in a kitchen?
Kitchens are unique places. They're unique places. Professional kitchens are very unique places. You've got to be a team player.
Have to
There's no room in any professional kitchen for me. It's about the team.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to a football team. If your man needs a bit of help, you help your man. If you need to cover your left back, you cover your left back. I'm a firm believer of pressure makes diamonds or burst pipes. So if you're not prepared to deal with some pressure, the professional kitchen's not really for you.
No.
And people who cry about hard work,
thrive on that.
Yes, yeah. Also back, so behind.
Yeah.
So if you're walking behind another chef, please say behind.
Yes.
That's another one, because that's health and safety, and that's I've seen many a burn and many a yeah.
That happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. I am joined with Felipe Fernandez of the Martinez Group. So was food always part of your upbringing?
Yeah, food's always been a huge part of my life. I've done 30 years in the industry.
Wow.
42 years of age, started at 12. So I've been very, very lucky to experience food for many decades. I'm also very lucky enough to have parents from Spain and England, so they've always been involved in hospitality, food, farming. So I've always had a mixture of cultures kind of embedded into what we eat. I've got very, very fond memories of visiting the fish markets in Malaga with my auntie, cooking clams with beautiful olive oil. I can still smell them now.
Oh wow.
My Spanish family had a kind of a finca, or like a farmhouse in the mountains, so my uncle used to grow a lot of his own produce, tomatoes, lettuce, peppers, and just very, very good quality ingredients. My English side of the family were based in Hereford, so again, a real abundance of beautiful local produce. Some of the best beef I've ever tasted in my life.
Really?
Yeah, all fantastic. But I always remember going to my grandmother's for Sunday lunch, and one of the little jobs we'd have as kids was to go and pick the veg.
Oh, okay.
So we'd go from the garden, we picked the carrots, the mange too, so it was, great.
That was in Hereford, was it?
In Hereford, yeah.
Okay.
My grandmother owned an old guest house that was formerly a train station in Hereford. So there was a lot of land to grow. So yeah, there was a lot of people at the dinner table. Always fresh food, good cider.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Food was always forefront in your family.
Always, yeah.
So it made sense to take that avenue.
It's to be honest with you, I have never known anything else. I was always kind of. I always remember going to visit my father in the restaurants that he worked and ran, and the smell and the atmosphere and the sounds. It was just fascinated me really, and from then on, he took me under his wing, and I worked with him in various places, and just kind of
beautiful.
That's all I know.
I thought 12 was a bit young, so that's why you went with your dad.
Yeah.
Right, excellent.
Yeah.
And where were they?
So I first worked with my father in a place called the Mice Manor Hotel in Blackwood.
Oh, I know.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So I remember one of the first jobs I ever had was working in December with him in big function suite.
In at the deep end.
Yeah, and I know he put me on a crate basically. So he put me in a cloakroom on a crate, and my job was to collect a pound a coat. So I'd give a raffle ticket out and collect a pound.
Okay.
And I always remember, taking about £1,000 a night, and the boss man gave me £20 one night as a 9-10 year old, and I was just like, oh my god, this
a lot.
I can think how many packets of chewing gum I can buy with this. And that was it. That was just me hooked really.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I think for me it's a great industry to work in. Constantly meeting people, you interact with people. It keeps me fit. No day is the same ever, and it does allow you to utilize a lot of skills. You've got to be level-headed, you've got to be always thinking, you've got to be a salesman, a politician, a calming figure. You need to show your teeth sometimes. When you're running a shift or you're managing a business, you need to be kind of rallying the troops. It's a fantastic job. It's not for everyone, but for me, I love it.
You love it.
I love it. Yeah.
And you do it so well. How would you describe your cooking style at home?
My cooking style, I kind of let the flavours do the talking. I'm not a baker. I'm not someone who will spend hours and hours. I'll make my own pasta, that type of thing, but I won't spend hours and hours creating something that
pies and
fancy.
quiche.
No, I'm very much a grill man. That type of thing. Yeah. And just great flavours, really. Fresh produce, great flavours. Yeah.
And you were saying you juggle different meals for your family.
Yes,
that's
when I am off. Yes, I'm the chef. 3 meals. One doesn't like this, and the other one wants this.
That's amazing.
But
itself.
that's what it's all about.
How many people can say that they cook 3 different meals in their home?
That's what it's
How
all
would
about.
you describe your cooking style at the Coach and Horses?
Again, we're very honest in our cooking. We're very, very honest. We buy the best produce. We try and give you the best price. Again, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not chasing fads or chasing trends. That's not what we do. And I think those who chase fads and trends are going to be forever chasing.
And they burn out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the dishes we produce are kind of timeless.
Yes.
And I think this is what people want. I think the way we win as well, and we're a very, very busy establishment, is that our food kind of appeals to people coming out maybe twice a month, 3 times a month. Whereas you might go to another establishment where, the food, the skill level of the technique might be a bit higher, but the prices then come with it because of the waste.
Celebratory kind of thing.
And it becomes a celebratory
once a year.
Exactly, but exactly. And those type of businesses, are there enough people that are going out to celebrate? No. I think you need good quality food, comforting food that people enjoy, they want. I think you have to give people what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is imperative.
It is. I mean, I've had Sunday lunches in Le Monde, I've had weekday lunches in Le Monde, all in the same month, and but you can afford to do that, and the food is generous and it's delicious, and it's what you want, and I can't agree more there.
You know, our Sunday lunches at the Coach and Horses, you know, we provide the best quality rib of beef, orchard pork, beautiful Welsh lamb, lovely veg. You know, you get a nice portion of veg. The gravy's done fresh from the bones, from scratch, all the season, all the touches, and it's what people want. You know, it's well priced. You know, you can't go wrong. Sauce-led
cooking, your gravies, braises, and that's very Martinez family DNA, isn't it? Slow cooked, layered, not just powder and water. Comfort first, clever second. You won't see foams, micro herbs, or architectural plating like we were just talking about. Generous portions and food that still works.
Correct.
Delicious food. What's your death row meal?
My death row meal.
Throw that one on you.
Breakfast or dinner or no?
It could be anything.
Dinner.
Could be anything.
Wow. It's got to be one meal, is it?
Yes.
One meal. I'd have to say beautiful marbled ribeye.
Okay.
Well done. Sorry, medium rare, forgive me, not well done. Cooked well, sorry.
I know what you mean.
Cooked well, lovely marbled, very hot pan, nice crusted outside, rare in the middle, and a beautiful glass of, let's say, Mugo Reserva.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And that, for me, that would be, perfect.
Any sauce?
No, not with my steak.
Oh, I love a sauce.
No, not with my steak.
Okay, you just like it seasoned well.
Yeah, that's right.
And then with some fries or
nice bit
salad.
of butter, basted in butter just to finish.
Nice.
Get the crust.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, maybe a nice avocado tomato salad, something like that, just to cut, take the edge off. Perfect.
Speaking about your Spanish side of things, ¿hablo español?
Sí, yo hablo español, sí.
¿A dónde eres?
Mi familia de Córdoba, Andalucía, el sur.
Andalucía está tan bonito como siempre. Siempre sol.
Mucho sol.
So you do speak Spanish. You are authentic. You know what you're talking about.
I do.
Absolutely love that.
I do.
You're listening to Rebecca Bowen with Quite a Stir on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the show. We have 10 minutes left. I have loved every minute of tonight's show. Thank you so much. I would like to discuss your artwork. Your artwork is phenomenal, and I don't know where you find the time to fit that in, because I know how exhausting and intense the hospitality industry can be, but yet you have time to create this beautiful artwork. I have made some notes, may I?
You can, carry on.
Bold and emotive, intense, emotional, bold visuals, distorted reality that usually conveys in a turmoil, heart and head, that deeply passionate, and some of your work is politically charged. Let's take your Annie Lennox for instance. She's a staunch feminist, iconic, a complex persona. Your work makes a statement. You don't just get lost trying to figure it out. Your choice of colour was interesting, beige and browns. That could symbolise being stuck in a time where the term housewife was broadly used to describe women in general, and she desperately fought to legally for legal equality of the sexes, and we are getting there slowly.
You are.
Spain has produced some of the most celebrated names in painting: Diego Velázquez, Goya, Pablo Picasso, which I see a lot of your influence from, Salvador Dali. Picasso changed the face of sculpture with the Cubism. Is it Braque that he...
Yeah.
Spanish painters stood at the forefront of protest art, and Picasso's famous painting, I don't know how to say, Guernica, is possibly the most celebrated example. I mean, El Greco. Tell us about your art, where you can find your art, what your influences are.
So I've always really enjoyed art. I was very lucky enough to travel quite extensively as a teen. Travelled most of Europe, visited a lot of galleries, and just was always fascinated by art, really. I kind of put my paintbrush down up until COVID.
You studied it for GCSE?
I did GCSE, I did A-level. I travelled, did a couple of field trips to Paris. We went to Barcelona, Madrid. As I said, visited a lot of art galleries around Europe. And then, football and this, that and the other, and sport, that kind of thing took over, and you get married and you start a family. And it was only then until COVID kind of hit where there were shutdowns and we were climbing the walls, and my wife bought me an art set really and said, just why don't you start doing some drawing again? And that's I just took it up from there really.
It's incredible.
And it just helped. It just I enjoy it. It's kind of, you zone out, you're in your own space. It's very, very relaxing. I don't take it too seriously in regard to how can I say?
You're not self-indulgent with it?
No, it's for me, it's fun. It's fun, and if I can provide a commission to someone and give them a bit of joy, then it all helps. But yeah, Picasso, huge influence for me.
You could see that.
I visited the Dali Museum in Bath. That was wonderful, fantastic. Quite a few modern artists.
Okay.
Basquiat, that type. Very, very interested in Basquiat.
Okay.
I follow a lot of artists on Instagram. A lot of very, very local artists.
Really?
Or people like myself who kind of
you're
work
meeting.
there,
Yeah.
and they've got their own kind of little websites and shops and things. And
do you exhibit in Chapter or anywhere like that?
I have exhibited. I've done a piece in Switzerland, in an art gallery in Switzerland.
Oh wow.
But no, it's mainly for my own personal kind of enjoyment and fulfillment.
Release.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. And you've got a website. Do you want to tell everyone where they can?
So I've got a website. So it's called Mercado Gitano. That's called the Gypsy Market.
Nice.
.com. You can find me on Instagram. You can find some pieces on there, some prints. We just have fun with it. Doing a bit of designing and this, that, and the other, and it's all good.
Beautiful. You sell your prints, but you will do commissions as well.
Yeah, I sell prints, commissions. Yeah, I have to kind of connect with someone to do a commission. If I feel, for example, I've had a few that have reached out to me and said, could you do this? I know that I'm not interested in what the subject matter is, so I know that I'm not going to provide you with the best piece of work.
It's got to be something you align with straight away, instantly.
Exactly. I did a piece in the past for a young lady I went to school with who's a therapist.
Okay. And
she reached out and said to me, I want you to create a piece where you've got multiple faces exhibiting different emotions. And for me that was great because it kind of tied in with the cubist element of it and the colours and this, that and the other. But so anything like that, anything that floats my boat, I'll kind of get involved with. But there's certain things I won't touch.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And that's a wrap from the Coach and Horses. Huge thanks to our brilliant guest, Felipe Fernandez. Thanks for sharing your passion, your story, and of course your incredible food. From the kitchen to the table, this place proves that great cooking is really about heart, heritage, and a whole lot of flavour.